Bob Baer, former CIA officer, also CNN national security analyst. Bob, we are getting some breaking reports right now, and I'm going to read it as I'm getting it. According to a Ukrainian Defense Ministry spokesman, up to 12 trucks full of Russian troops have crossed into the eastern Crimean city of Kerch from Russia. So they're actually, according again to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, they have seen 12 transport vehicles bringing Russian troops across the border to eastern Crimea, into the city of Kerch. What does that tell you in terms of the situation on the ground?
Well, I think Putin is determined to do something about the Ukraine, and he will hold on to Crimea no matter what the international pressure is. There are a couple things that he's after. One, he's extremely scared that an totally independent Ukraine would join NATO, but more importantly that he intends to protect Russian citizens wherever they are. It's a clear doctrine with him. If Russians should end up dying in the Ukraine, he will move his troops in even farther.
But the argument being made by Putin and by the Russians who support him that Russian-speaking people in Crimea were under attack, were in danger for their lives, there's not evidence of that.
Anderson, there's no evidence of it, but I spent a couple of years with the Russian military and watched them. Anytime there was a potential threat, they were ready to move armored divisions to whatever part of the former empire. And I think also we have to consider that Putin does frame this in terms of the Russian Empire, and he sees vital interests in the Ukraine, and among them is to protect Russians or even prevent violence against them in a preemptive move.
Do you see a scenario where Crimea becomes part of Russia, or it remains part of Ukraine with simply greater autonomy?
I think we could reach an agreement where there's some sort of federalized arrangement where in name it belongs to the Ukraine, but I could see the Russian troops staying there and the Russians keeping a permanent interest, especially with Putin in the Kremlin.